In this video, we're going to show you the perfect itinerary for Sardinia. One of the questions we get asked most is how to build the logistics to see the island from end to end, starting in the capital Cagliari and heading up to the paradise of the Costa Smeralda and La Maddalena. To do this trip comfortably and truly enjoy it, we recommend at least 10 days. That's why we've prepared a super complete 10-day itinerary with the best of Sardinia, detailed day by day. If you have less time, you could cut the days for the southern beaches, but it would be a shame. So let's get started. When is the best time to visit Sardinia? Sardinia is a beach destination. Therefore, you need to go when it's warm. The best time by far is the shoulder season. We recommend June and September. In these months, the weather is perfect. Warm enough to swim, the seawater is delightful, especially in September, but you avoid the crazy crowds. We strongly recommend avoiding the months of July and August, especially August. It's the high season. The island gets unbearably crowded. The beaches are packed, hotel and car rental prices triple, and you can't find parking anywhere. Winter, from November to March, is very bad for this destination. It's cold, rainy, and all the beach towns become deserted, with almost all restaurants and hotels closed. So, how will our 10-day itinerary work? The idea is to split the trip into two main bases to optimize your logistics, making a crossing from south to north. We recommend arriving at Cagliari Airport in the south, where we'll stay for the first 4 nights. From there, we'll explore the capital and the southern beaches. Then, we'll drive north and stay the other 6 nights in the Olbia, or Palau region, to explore the Costa Smeralda and the La Maddalena archipelago. At the end, we'll depart from Olbia Airport. Now, let's talk about transportation between cities. For this itinerary, renting a car is mandatory. There is no way to do this trip on public transport. Sardinia is a huge island. The distances are long. The train in Sicily is slow and doesn't connect the south to the north efficiently. The buses are time-consuming. The best logistic is rent the car at Cagliari Airport as soon as you arrive. You will need it to visit the southern beaches. The main transfer will be the drive from Cagliari to Olbia. It's about 270 kilometers, a 3 to 4 hour drive on good roads. You will keep the car for your entire trip and return it at Olbia Airport on your last day. Doing this one-way rental is the smartest way to see the island. But be warned, driving inside the historic centers of Cagliari and Alghero is forbidden. They are ZTLs, or limited traffic zones. Leave the car in your hotel's parking lot and explore the centers on foot. For those renting, the most important tip is to book in advance online using a price comparator. It's always much cheaper. We'll leave the link to the comparator we use in the description. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. You'll be close to all these tourist spots. This itinerary has 2 base cities. In Cagliari, the capital, we recommend staying in the historic center, in the Castello neighborhood. It's the upper part, full of charm, narrow streets, and beautiful views. The disadvantage is that it's a ZTL, so check if your hotel offers parking or where you can park. A more practical option for those with a car is to stay near the marina or the urban beach Poeto. For the second base, in the northeast, you have 2 choices. If you want luxury and glamour, stay in Porto Cervo, in the heart of the Costa Smeralda. It's beautiful, but be prepared. It's one of the most expensive places in the world. If you want logistics and better value, stay in Palau. Palau is a charming port town and is where the boats for La Maddalena depart, which makes the main tour very easy. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region in each of these cities. If you stay in this marked area, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here on the QR code on the screen and in the video description. We created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location at the lowest prices. We'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. In every destination, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located, and another that's a bit nicer in the same location, but a little more expensive. They are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The good hotels in Sardinia sell out many months in advance. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips, and that have everything much cheaper: travel eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all attractions, good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account to carry money paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them, so save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. Now, let's get to the day-by-day plan. Day 1. Arrival in Cagliari and Castello Quarter. Arrive at Cagliari Airport, pick up your rental car, and drive to your hotel. Spend the afternoon exploring the capital. Start in the Castello neighborhood, the high, walled part of the city. Walk the narrow streets, visit the Cagliari Cathedral, and most importantly, go to the bastions. The Bastion de Saint-Rémy has a huge terrace with a spectacular view of the entire city and port. It's the best place to watch the sunset. For dinner, Via Sarda in the Marina District is full of great, authentic restaurants. Day 2. Cagliari, Market, and Poeto Beach. Start the day like a local at the Mercato di San Benedetto. It's one of the largest fish markets in Europe. It's a spectacle of fresh seafood, sea urchins, tuna, and more. Upstairs, there are cheeses, breads, and the famous local cured ham. For lunch, eat right there, or get in the car and head to the city beach, Spiaggia del Poeto. It's a long, white sand beach with calm water. Rent a chair at one of the Lidos, the beach clubs, and relax. For dinner, we recommend trying the fregola con arcel, the typical pasta with clams, at a restaurant in the Marina District. Day 3. Day trip to the southern beaches, Villa Simius. Today is for taking the car to see some of the most beautiful beaches in the south. Drive for about 1.5 hours southeast to Villa Simius. The road is beautiful, full of curves with sea views. Spend the day exploring the beaches of the area. Spiaggia di Porto Junco is spectacular, a strip of white sand with a blue sea on both sides. Climb the old watchtower for an incredible view. Other famous beaches nearby are Punta Molentis and Cala Cinzias. Pick one or two and enjoy the day. For lunch, eat at one of the beach kiosks or in the center of Villa Simius. Drive back to Cagliari at the end of the day. Day 4. Travel to the north, Olbia, Costa Smeralda. Today is the long travel day. Check out of your hotel in Cagliari and hit the road. The drive from Cagliari to Olbia, in the north, takes about 3.5 hours. The main road, the SS-131, is a good, straight highway that cuts through the island's interior. Arrive in Olbia or your base, like Palau or Porto Cervo, in the mid-afternoon. Check into your hotel and go relax at the nearest beach. If you're in Palau, go to the Capodorso Rock, which is shaped like a bear and has a beautiful view of La Maddalena. Have dinner at your hotel or in the center of Palau. Day 5. La Maddalena Archipelago. Boat trip. Today is the most anticipated day of the trip. Go to the port of Palau. This is where the tours to the La Maddalena Archipelago depart, a national park that is the Caribbean of Europe. You have two options. The cheapest is to take a large boat tour with other people. It costs about 50 to 60 euros per person and spends all day stopping at various islands. The option we recommend, if you can, is to rent a gommone, an inflatable dinghy with a motor. You can drive it yourself, no license is required. It costs from 120 euros for the day, plus gas. With it, you have total freedom to stop at the emptiest beaches. The tour will take you to islands like Spargi, with Cala Corsara Beach, and Budelli, home of the famous Spiaggia Rossa, or Pink Beach, which you can only see from a distance. You will swim in the bluest, clearest water of your life. It's a full-day trip. Return to Palau in the late afternoon. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive, and the most famous tourist spots like the boat tour to La Maddalena and the entry for La Pelosa Beach often sell out days before. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the description to the site, where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Tickets for boat trips in La Maddalena, gommone rentals, and wine tasting tours, all at the best price. And you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. Day 6. Costa Smeralda, Porto Cervo, and beaches. Today is for seeing the glamour. Take the car and go to Porto Cervo, the heart of the Costa Smeralda. The village is beautiful, with typical architecture, but it's an open-air luxury mall. Walk through the piazzetta and look at the windows of Prada, Gucci, and all the luxury brands. Then, go to the marina, where the most gigantic and expensive yachts in the world are docked. For lunch, escape Porto Cervo, where everything is overpriced. In the afternoon, explore the famous beaches of the Costa Smeralda. Spiaggia del Principe is a half-moon of white sand. Capriccioli is also beautiful and great for families. Parking at all these beaches is paid and expensive, about 2 to 3 euros per hour. For dinner, for an authentic experience, leave Porto Cervo and find an agriturismo in the countryside, near Arzachena. We recommend Agriturismo La Colti. You need to book. They serve a fixed tasting menu with typical Sardinian food, including porcedu, the roasted suckling pig. It costs about 50 euros per person, with wine included. Day 7. Day trip to La Pelosa, Stintino. Today we're taking a longer drive, but it's worth it. Wake up early. We're going to the most famous beach in Sardinia, La Pelosa. It's in the far northwest of the island, in Stintino. From Palau, the drive takes about 2 hours. La Pelosa Beach is a swimming pool. The water is incredibly transparent and shallow, with an old watchtower in the middle. It's surreal. But be warned, La Pelosa is so famous, it has controlled entry in the summer. You must book your ticket online weeks in advance and pay a fee of about 3 euros and 50 cents per person. Also, it is mandatory to bring a mat to place under your towel to avoid taking sand. They do fine you. Spend the day there and drive back to your base in the late afternoon. Day 8. Day trip to San Teodoro, Sardinia's Tahiti. Today, we'll explore the area south of Olbia. Drive for about 30 to 40 minutes to the San Teodoro region. This is home to another beach that's always on the best of lists, Cala Brandinci. It's known as Sardinia's Little Tahiti because of its bright white sand and incredibly blue, shallow water. It's a perfect natural pool. Nearby, also visit La Cinta Beach, which is a long, beautiful strip of sand, great for walking. Spend the day enjoying these beaches. Parking is also paid and expensive. Be prepared to spend about 20 euros for the day. Return to your base and have dinner in Olbia. The center of Olbia, on Corso Umberto, has great seafood restaurants with better prices than the Costa Smeralda. We recommend Turismo La Pisciera. Day 9. Day trip to the interior, Tempio Pausania. After so many beach days, let's see the interior of the region, called Gallura. Drive about 1 hour from Olbia to Tempio Pausania. It's the capital of the region, a town built entirely of gray granite with a very different feel from the coast. It's a more authentic Sardinia. Stroll through the historic center and have lunch at a local restaurant to try zuppa Gallerese, which isn't a soup, but a sort of bread lasagna. On the way back, stop at one of the many nuraghi, the mysterious Bronze Age stone towers that are the symbol of ancient Sardinia. Day 10. Olbia Market and Departure. On your last day, enjoy the morning exploring Olbia. Visit the Mercato di San Benedetto of Olbia, which is smaller than Cagliari's, but great for buying last-minute pecorino sardo cheese and botarga, the cured fish roe, to take home. Walk down Corso Umberto for last-minute souvenirs. Depending on your flight time, have lunch in the center of Olbia, and then head to Olbia Costa Smeralda Airport to return your car and catch your flight home. About travel insurance. Essential and mandatory to enter Europe. You need coverage of 30,000 euros. Use the comparator in the link in the description to save money. Quick shopping tips. In Cagliari, crafts. On the Costa Smeralda, luxury in Porto Cervo. The best gastronomic purchase is pecorino sardo cheese and botarga. Remember, tax-free on purchases over 70 euros. Validate at your last departure airport. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Subscribe and like the video for more tips. And how much does it cost to eat in Sardinia? The Costa Smeralda is extremely expensive. Cagliari and the interior are cheaper. A Big Mac combo costs 11 euros. Water at a restaurant is expensive. Ask for a carafdo, a local beer, Bicnusa, costs about 4 euros. A budget meal like pizza is 15 euros. The Agriturismo dinner, all-inclusive for 40 to 50 euros, is the best value. A dinner in Porto Cervo can exceed 200 euros per person, and the tip is not obligatory. The coperto and service are included. And what to do at night? In Cagliari, the nightlife is lively in the Castello bars. On the Costa Smeralda, the night is all about luxury clubs in Porto Cervo, like the Billionaire Club, with very expensive cover and drinks. In Palau and smaller towns, the plan is a quiet dinner and a gelato. And if you're traveling with children, Sardinia is a wonderful beach destination. The northern beaches like Cala Brandinci and the La Maddalena archipelago are natural pools with shallow, calm water. They'll love it. The boat trip is guaranteed fun. And to combine your trip, Sardinia is an island. The easiest combination is with another island. From the port of Santa Teresa Gallura in the north, you can take a 1-hour ferry to Corsica, the French island. Or you can take cheap flights from Olbia or Cagliari to mainland Italy, like Rome or Milan. If you liked this detailed Sardinia itinerary, like the video and subscribe to our channel. Leave your questions in the comments. Thank you very much and have a great trip.